Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to do a video for you guys talking about how the Sunshine Policy is not a good idea. North Korea just tested a hydrogen bomb. It registered it registered 5.1 on the Richter scale, but the Sunshine Policy is not the way to go. Unconditional economic aid to North Korea is not going to make things better. Let's talk about what happened during the Sunshine Policy under Presidents Kim Dae-jung and Roh Moo-hyun. First of all, there were North Korean spies that got captured by South Korea before the Sunshine Policy, and they were put in South Korean prisons. Well, when the Sunshine Policy started, the South Korean government released the North Korean spies. North Korean spies chose to go back to North Korea. But what happened was there were plenty of South Korean fishermen that got captured in the Yellow Sea near Bangmyeong Island. And the South Korean government did not demand that North Korea release those fishermen. Those fishermen were captured and sent to North Korean spy schools. But the South Korean government at the time did not demand that the fishermen get released. That wasn't good. Also, what happened during the Sunshine Policy is North Korea tried to land one of their submarines on the eastern part of South Korea. But the submarine got entangled in fishing nets. It was about 181 North Korean sailors on board. All the sailors committed suicide before choosing to go to South Korean prison. They committed suicide before they could go to prison. So they would not have to go to prison. That's the problem with this Sunshine Policy. North Korea will not be held accountable. Prime example, okay? The first summit between South Korean President Kim Dae-jung, South Korean president at the time, and Kim Jong-il, North Korean leader at the time, South Korea paid $500 million for that. I originally thought $26 million, but I did some more research and it was $500 million US dollars. North Korea didn't pay nearly that much for that summit. And North Korea did not change their regime during that time. They kept building and testing nuclear weapons. The food did not get to the starving people of North Korea because Kim Jong-il expelled Korean-speaking UN aid workers. That happened. That's one reason when President Bush was president, he cut a lot of food aid to North Korea because the food wasn't getting to the starving people. And the Sunshine Policy, there were light water reactors that South Korea gave to North Korea. You can use it to make conventional electricity, but you can also use it to develop nuclear weapons. When President Bush offered North Korea conventional electricity, North Korea declined it. And conventional electricity, you can get electrical power like that. Light water reactors, it takes about 5 to 10 years to get electrical power. But you can also use it to make nuclear weapons. These are the problems with the Sunshine Policy. South Korea was not safe from North Korean attacks during the Sunshine Policy. As many of you guys know, the movie came out last year in South Korea, South Korean film, NLL, Northern Limit Line, and it films the 2002 naval clash between North and South Korea. That happened during the Sunshine Policy. Despite that, tours at Mount Kumgang continued, which I didn't believe they should have, because North Korea was demanding high payments to stay at Mount Kumgang. Never mind, it was Hyundai that built a lot of the resorts in Mount Kumgang. And some prices were as expensive as $1,400 US dollars per night to stay at Mount Kumgang Resort. And the reason tours were suspended is because a 53-year-old widow of a South Korean policeman, Bak Won-ja, she got up early to look at the beautiful scenery. There's beautiful scenery at Mount Kumgang. But two North Korean soldiers shot her. One time in the torso, one time in the buttocks. This is where she was shot. It's pretty sick. Also, during that time when South Korean tourists were there, red flags went up all the time by the North Korean army put up red flags. If a South Korean made the slightest mistake or what North Korea deemed as a mistake, they got in trouble at Mount Kumgang. It was like a prison. Like a beautiful scenery prison, but still a prison. And South Koreans at the time, paid big money to go. You know, that's not the way to go for South Korea, and it's not the way to go for the USA. It gives North Korea money to build nuclear weapons. Nobody holds North Korea accountable. There are defectors in South Korea from North Korea that said during the Sunshine Policy, we never saw any of the food aid. which they didn't. The sunshine policy is not the way to go. It's what I call a shoe shine policy. Because North Korea reaps all the benefits and they don't change their way of doing things. They become more dictatorial. So anyways, hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless and bye-bye. Bye-bye.